We're now live, everyone, just so you know.
Let me see, I see Trustee Tierney, Miller, Trustee Horn, and Trustee Senior.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, so we have a quorum and we can start at 7. In 4 minutes, we'll start.
Okay.
So I'm gonna mute until we start. I see Chief Euglin and Chief Kenny, as well as Director Hicks, Budget Officer Hood, and Attorney Vasali. So in about 3 to 4 minutes, we'll start our meeting because we do have.
Okay.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I would like to call our regular board meeting to order at 7:30 PM. We are all located virtually in our respective space. Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, you can, Madam President. Trustee Miller,
Here.
Trustee Jones is absent. Trustee Abraham, absent. Trustee
Here.
Tierney,
Here.
Trustee Horn.
Here.
Madam President, you do have a quorum. And we all pause for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America,
to
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
And justice for all.
Can we all pause for a moment of silence, please? Thank you. Madam President, item 2, under public comment during this COVID-19, we are practicing reading the public comments that are received to the clerk's office by 6:30 PM. None have been received today, so we will move on to item 3, communications. Just want to let everyone know that we are in the midst of the 2020 census self-response. Currently, in Proviso Township, Broadview ranks number 7 amongst towns in Proviso with 64.5% response. Our goal is 100, and we very creative ways in the near future. Please stay tuned. To respond today, visit www.2020census.gov. Thank you. Item 4, we have no minutes to consider for approval. Item 5, consideration to approve expenditures. Grand total of all funds, $583,383.14.
We
I
need a
make a
motion.
motion to approve.
Second.
Been properly motioned by Trustee Miller, seconded by Trustee Senior. Trustee Tierney, if you don't mind taking your mute, we can hear you.
It is.
Madam President.
Trustee Tierney, would you read the warrant list?
Okay. We have AT&T, $15,694.79. B&F Construction, $19,950.50. Blue Cross Blue Shield, $163,251.10. Body One Products, $3,520. Broadview Westchester Joint Water Agency, $188,338.35. Commonwealth Edison, $4,259.77. Core and Main LP, $15,450. Delgado Law Group, $936.25. Edwin Hancock Engineering, $46,038.84. Geno's Heating and Plumbing, $14,836. J. Narduli Concrete, $41,772.65. Lincoln National Life Insurance, $7,445.18. Montana and Welch, $7,404.95. West Cook Solid Waste Agency, $9,389.43. Total expenditures over $2,500 is $561,287.81. Total expenditures, $583,383.14 for 96% total. The Chase credit card, $3,214.12. The funds that they were taken from are as follows. General Fund, $269,118.53. Garbage fund, $9,389.43. Roosevelt Road Tip Fund, $2,676.20. 17th Avenue Tip North, $926.25. Capital Projects Fund, we got $67,170.49. Water and Sewage Fund, $234,102.24, for a grand total of $583,383.14. Madam President, that concludes this report.
Okay, thank you. I have, I'm looking at a different warrant list. I don't know, is everybody seeing the same warrant list, the 500, because the warrant list I have is for $585, $585,303.82, with the general fund at $271.39.21.
I read from the one I have. From the,
Okay, so yeah, I got a different one than the one
Yeah.
list that Sandra had did. Okay, so we can, I guess we can approve what we have and figure out what the difference is, what Sandra gave us. Because this is the warrant list that I have, with the one that the clerk just brought me was $583,383.14. Is that what everyone?
That's the one that I have
That's what
also.
I have.
Okay,
that's not what I had.
That's the one I have. Can you hear me?
okay, okay, thank you, trustee Abraham. We'll acknowledge, the clerk will acknowledge you in a moment, okay?
Okay.
So trustee Horn, you have any questions?
No.
Trustee Tierney,
No,
trustee Senior,
No questions.
trustee Abraham,
No, we're going with the 583,383.14.
yes. Trustee Miller,
No questions.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, Madam President, and before we do, I'd like to acknowledge that trustee Abraham arrived to the meeting at 7:34 PM. Thank you. Roll call, trustee Miller,
Yes.
trustee Jones is absent, trustee Abraham,
Yes.
trustee Senior,
Yes.
trustee Tierney,
yes,
trustee Horn,
Abstain.
absent. And Madam President, the bills carry to be paid 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item, old business. Item 6, we have none. Then we have item 7, new business. Item A, an ordinance extending the duration of ordinance number CO-2020-13 for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Abraham. Who was the second?
There's trustee Miller.
Trustee
Miller.
Miller seconded. Thank you.
Mr. Clerk, I would like to acknowledge that trustee Jones just joined the line. Trustee Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you. So
And that's a
7:38
correction. I
PM.
didn't second that motion.
Was that trustee
Apologies.
Singh?
I second it.
Thank you. So the motion was made by trustee Abraham, seconded by trustee Senior. Thank you. Madam President?
trustee Horn,
No questions.
trustee Tierney,
no questions.
trustee Senior,
No question.
trustee Abraham,
No questions.
trustee Jones,
Nothing for me, ma'am.
okay, trustee Miller.
No questions.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, we can have a roll call, Madam President. Trustee Miller,
Yes.
trustee Jones,
Abstain.
trustee Abraham,
Yes.
trustee Senior,
Yes.
trustee Tierney,
Yes,
trustee Horn,
Yes.
and Madam President, this carries 6-0 with 1 abstention. Thank you.
Thank you.
1 second. All right, next we have item B. An ordinance amending the approval date and the effective date of ordinance number CO-2020-04 for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Senior, seconded by trustee Abraham. Madam President?
Thank you. Can I ask a favor? Whoever have the background noise, can you please mute your phone because we are streaming live for the community? This ordinance is an amendment for the executive order to carry us out through the end of May. So this is an extension executive order that we had back in, this is
March.
May, in April, from the April to May. So this is take us out to the end of May for the executive order from my office. Trustee Horn?
I'm sorry, I'm getting a little lost. So we're on item,
We on B for new business.
this is related to the water main improvements, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's correct.
Item
We
B is
did,
related to IEPA.
I'm sorry, thank you, trustee Horn. So this is an ordinance to amend the approval date for the effective date for the ordinance. So the original ordinance that we had passed last month or the prior month, it required us to make a publication in our local newspaper. We didn't do that in a timely fashion because of the COVID-19. We lost track of time and the clerk didn't get that to the newspaper in a timely fashion. So we have to notify the community within, Mr. Attorney, is it 10 days?
10 days,
For
Madam
notification?
President.
So 10
It has
days
to be
for
published.
notification, that it
Yeah.
has to be published. So it's been published and we just need the board to approve for it to be published so that the publication is public notice.
Okay, so is it still on me to ask a question?
Yes,
So this ordinance is related specifically to publishing, not approving the loan. The loan is already in place.
Can I address that, Madam Chair?
that's correct.
Thanks, Madam Trustee.
Yes.
The actions have to be ratified. If we're going to catch up to that date, we ratify the acts to allow for the publication to go forward. But yes, so technically it's reaffirming the approval of the loans to catch it up to that date. But yes, we've already approved that loan in a prior ordinance. Does that help, trustee?
I think so. So I just want to be clear on my position. If I vote yes, then what I'm voting for is yes, I agree to publish the information because I wasn't present on the day that the approval for the loan was granted. So I'm trying to just make sure that there's a distinction and I understand exactly what I'm saying yes to.
Sure. In the ordinance, I believe the first authorization in the ordinance, it has two authorizing covenants or statements or actions. One is to allow for the publication in the 10 days, which is already keyed up, like the mayor said. And the second one is to reaffirm all the prior actions taken. So it's both. If you vote yes on the ordinance, you're actually voting for both actions. Now, we can split that, and then we just do a motion essentially to bifurcate, where you'd motion, we probably ratify first and then do the notice. But
Okay.
that ordinance did pass already, just so you know.
Okay, so considering that, I think it would be in our best interest to do a motion to bifurcate because I had a list of questions related to the loan that was not answered. And so I would have two different votes on both. So if the majority disagrees, then so be it. But what would you suggest I say right now?
So if that's
considering
your
that?
intention, it would be a motion, you would do that motion. Let's just call it a motion to bifurcate, but it's really a motion to split the vote.
Okay.
It's essentially saying it's a compound question, and an ordinance is a little different than Robert's rules. We probably don't need to get into all that. Mr. Clerk, if you could just make sure when we articulate this motion, it is a motion to split. So there will be possibly three separate motions, one to split. And if that fails, then we just go and approve the ordinance. And then if that passes, we would vote on both underlying actions. The
Understood.
motion, are we comfortable, Madam Chair? Mr. Clerk, are we all comfortable?
But I understand what I would need to say.
So, with that being said, should we take that motion first or should we finish questions?
The motion to bifurcate should be the first motion because, and I am not guiding anybody, but if that fails, then we just go back to the ordinance.
Right. So this is Verena Horn, and I would like to make a superseding motion to split the vote or bifurcate the vote.
And that has to be seconded.
Yeah, I'll second it for the purposes of discussion.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by trustee Horn, seconded by trustee Jones to split. Roll call. Trustee Miller,
Yes.
trustee Jones,
Yes.
trustee Abraham, trustee Abraham, you're on mute.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Senior,
Yes.
trustee Tierney,
Yes.
trustee Horn.
Yes, please.
Okay, so the motion to split has been approved. Mr. Attorney, now we will vote on, guide me, please.
So now this is the interesting part. So the two steps, we have the order in process. It's already been approved that we would go forward with the loan by the corporate authorities. So the next step would be to approve the publication, and then you could vote on the motion to ratify, which would then come back. It's not, again, this is not necessarily square peg, square hole issue.
Okay, Madam President? I guess we
So-
will open for
so-
discussion.
Go ahead, Mr. Clerk.
I'm sorry, Madam President, I interrupted you. I was just turning it over to you for discussion.
Trustee Miller?
Okay, so I'm totally confused on what we're doing. I thought this ordinance was written up to approve the effective date of when the loan would go into place as well as approve the publication. So now we're doing a totally different ordinance altogether, because if that's the case, don't we need a new write-up of this newly approved ordinance that we're pushing?
Well, I will obviously have to rewrite. Sorry, Madam Chair, can I address that?
Yes.
So I will obviously have to rewrite this because the amendment, in splitting the vote, you split essentially what you're trying to accomplish. Because there's two things that are going on here. One, we have an effective date issue of 10 days for publication. And what you normally do is you ratify when things like this happen, the prior steps taken to catch those days up for the 10 days. So it's not, and again, Trustee Miller, I apologize, there's not an elegant solution to this. Because we are dealing with the interplay of 4 different statutes and Robert's rules.
So it seems, okay, I get what you're saying, but it seems like now we're being blindly, we're blindly voting on something when we could have just tabled this until we had everything correct.
Trustee Miller, you always have a right to table. That's not a debatable motion. You'd have to motion and second it. And then we will reach out to the IEPA to tell them what the status is. And then at that point in time, we can come up with 2 separate ordinances to address this issue.
Okay.
So again, this is Verena. My position was just because I wanted to vote on publishing the information. That makes sense. I understand that we need to do that as it relates to taking out a loan without having the financial information I needed to make an informed decision. I wasn't prepared to do that as of right now, which is why my position was to separate the information so that I can vote on them separately. But if tabling it makes more sense to the majority, then I'm okay with that also.
So just let me say this, we had already approved for the loan to take place. What we failed to do was get the publication out in a timely manner. This ordinance allowed us to make the publications. The process that we just now going through with the 2 different splitting of the ordinance, that's very complicated and very confusing, and I don't think that should have took place. So
Well,
with that, I'm not finished, I still have the floor. So with that being said, all the information as it relates to the financial component for the IEPA loan, all trustees had privilege to all of that information, as well as you, trustee Horn. You have access to the budget officer, as well as the finance director, to get all your questions answered. This is not the first time that we've talked about the IPA loan. We actually started this process back in 2019 in February, if you recall, and you were at all meetings as it related to the IPA loan. So with that being said, Mr. Attorney, please advise us on what the best steps for us to take. If it makes sense for us to table this and procrastinate the process, and this could possibly put us in a position to where we lose our funding opportunity with IPA loan because of the lack of the publication not taking place. So, Mr. Attorney, can you please give us the legal advice to move forward? Trustee Horn, the attorney has the floor, please. Thank you.
You
Sure,
addressed me, and I
Madam
would
Chair.
like the opportunity to respond to the statements
But
that
you
you
don't
made.
have,
So be it.
but
Go ahead,
the
Mr. Attorney.
So the most efficient way and what follows the process relative to what we had previously approved would be to make the motion to publish and authorize the publication of the notice. And we can deal with the second step of that after we do that. Does that answer your question, Madam Chair?
Yes. So what's the motion that we need to put in
A
place
motion
for?
to authorize the publication of the notice with an effective date of today's date.
So, Madam Mayor, and can I make that motion so we can get this publication so we don't lose the benefit of this IPEA loan?
Is that a proper motion, Mr. Attorney?
There would be a proper motion. It needs to be seconded. It is debatable.
Yes.
Seconded.
trustee-
Okay, I'll second it then.
It's properly motioned by trustee Abraham, seconded by trustee Senior.
Thank you, trustee Miller.
So for the record, now we're just approving the publication. The loan has already been discussed, so that part isn't up for discussion right now. We're just approving an effective date for the publication. That's today, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Which is what the original ordinance was for anyway, I thought.
No. According to the
Yes.
attorney, when I asked the question, voting yes on the original writing of the ordinance also included voting yes to the loan, which is why I made the intent, I wanted to separate the two.
But that's not how this ordinance is written up. So that's why I was confused on why we were being directed to have two separate motions going, because the ordinance has that we're approving the execution of the publication. So maybe I read it wrong. I'm not an attorney, so I don't know. That's why I was confused on why we were going a whole different way. That's it.
Okay, thank you, trustee Miller. Trustee Jones?
I was just trying to get in there, but I understand the entire process. You know, I get it. I was against the loan in the first place. but
Trustee Jones, we can barely hear you.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Maybe I'm in a bad spot. I don't know. What I was saying was I was in opposition to the loan, but it's already been passed. It's already been done. You know, I don't know why the two things got combined in the first place. As it relates to this, you know, you're talking about a loan on one hand and finances, and you're talking about a publication on the other hand, you know. But all of that being said, I'm all for getting the publication done because it's already been passed. It's past. It's old business. It's past. This past tense is done. You know, that has already happened. That horse has left the barn. It's gone. You know, we should only be talking about the publication. The extra vernacular that we got going through right now is just crazy. So if all we're talking about is the publication, I'm for it. When it gets to the loan, that's a whole nother conversation. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, trustee Abraham.
No, I'm good now.
Okay, thank you, trustee Senior.
Yes, I'm good.
Trustee Tierney,
No question.
trustee Horn. Trustee Horn,
You muted me.
I don't have
Thank
control of the mute. But
Somebody's
you are
muting me. Whoever's the host is muting me.
Everyone
I don't
is-
have, I'm
until
sorry.
it's time- Everyone has been muted until it's time for you to speak. Trustee Horn, do you have any questions or comments?
So, Mr. Attorney, as it
Yeah.
states right now, when I vote, am I voting on the publication or am I voting on the publication and the loan?
You are voting on the publication.
Thank you.
That's it?
That's it.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, we can, Madam President. Trustee Miller,
Yes.
Trustee Jones,
Aye.
Trustee Abraham,
Yes.
Trustee Senior,
Yes.
Trustee Tierney,
Yes.
and Trustee Horn.
Yes.
All right, that portion carries 6-0. Next, I need a motion to approve the actual loan portion. Mr.
No.
Attorney, can you guide us, please?
Nope, that's
Thank
not. That's not
Madam
this.
Chair, sorry.
Go ahead, Mr. Attorney.
Thank you. So we don't even need this motion at this point in time. As the chair and two of the trustees said, that this issue is moot at this point in time. We approved the horse has left the barn. This has been done. So we could leave this and not even have it make a second, and then it just dies on the table. Or you could motion to table the ratification indefinitely. My advice is we call for a motion. It does not get a second, and it just dies on the table as this issue is moot.
Okay. With that being said, at this time, I'll ask for a motion.
Madam President, Mr. Attorney, may I have a point of order? I'd like to ask a question.
Go ahead, Trustee Jones.
Mr. Attorney, can't we just strike all the language relative to everything other than the publication from this?
Why don't we, if we're going to do that, Trustee Jones, it's one way of handling it. Why don't we strike all language relative to the ratification of the prior acts taken?
Exactly. That's where I'm going.
Then we could make a motion to amend,
Right.
striking all language, ratifying prior steps taken, and be done with this.
There you go. That's my motion.
Okay, with that being said, I will entertain a motion to that effect now.
So moved, Mr. Clerk.
Second,
Who was that second? I'm sorry, Trustee Horn?
Verena Horn, yes.
Thank you. Madam President, it was properly motioned by Trustee Jones, seconded by Trustee Horn to strike all ratification information regarding the loan. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, Madam President, discussion?
Trustee Miller?
Yes.
No, this is
got-
not a vote. This is just a discussion.
Nothing.
Thank you.
Trustee Jones?
I have nothing further.
Trustee
Why are you so
Abraham?
complicated for no reason?
Okay. Quick question. Is this going to affect any of our, like the loan rate or us attaining the loan? I mean, what, for us to get this work done because we're holding this up? And I thought this was
Already.
discussed at prior meeting.
It'll have no effect on the loan. The only thing that the IEPA wants is to make sure that we publish it. We've already proved on that, so that it have absolutely no effect on the loan. We've talked to the IEPA multiple times about this.
Okay. So we won't lose that, our place or to move forward in the future. All right. I just want to make sure. Thank you.
Trustee Senior?
No, I don't have any questions. I'm glad Judy asked that question because that's what I wanted to make sure that, we wasn't prolonging it or stopping anything from us moving forward. So I'm good. Thank you.
Trustee Tierney?
No comment.
Trustee Horn?
Nothing, thank you.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
That's roll call. Trustee Miller. You're on mute.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Jones,
Yes.
Trustee Abraham,
Yes.
Trustee Senior,
Yes.
Trustee Tierney,
Yes.
Trustee Horn,
Yes.
and Madam President, that carries 6-0. Thank you all.
Okay.
All right. Next item C, an ordinance of the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois, approving a purchase and sale agreement for certain village-owned property between the Village of Broadview and Commercial Force LLC.
Motion to approve.
Second,
And properly motioned by trustee Horn, seconded by trustee Abraham. Madam President,
Trustee Miller, this is to sell the property at 2301 Roosevelt Road. Trustee Miller,
No questions.
Trustee Jones,
Yeah, couple things. Are those individuals online in our meeting now?
no.
Okay, so I can't ask them direct questions. Is Commissioner
Trust-
Upshaw
yeah.
online?
Commissioner Upshaw is on the line.
So I would just like Dave to tell us exactly what's going on with the building, what these people are planning on doing. So, you know, we know what we're going to end up having over there at the end of the day once they do take ownership.
Well, this ordinance deals with the sale of property 2301 through 2305 Roosevelt Road. Currently is village-owned property, and we have the daycare there. We've been working with Ms. Lynch for the last maybe year or so to purchase the property. She was unable to do so, and now we have a viable candidate, which is Commercial Force LLC. They plan on turning it into a business center and also keeping the daycare.
That's the extent of my question. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Jones. Trustee Abraham,
thank you to Building Director, Commissioner Upshaw, for explaining what the future of that building is going to take place. Thank you.
Trustee Senior,
I have no questions.
Trustee Tierney. Trustee Tierney, I think you're on mute.
No
Trustee-
questions.
Trustee Horn,
Nothing.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
yes, you can, Madam President. Trustee Miller. Miller,
Yes.
all right. Trustee Jones,
Yes.
trustee Abraham,
Yes,
trustee Senior,
Abstain.
trustee Tierney,
Yes.
trustee Horn,
Yes.
and Madam President, this carries 6-0 with one abstention.
Thank you.
1 second. All right, next is item 9, application for the authority to expend funds. We have none. Item 10, village clerk. Just want to comment on the activities of yesterday. We had a very successful mask giveaway, and I'm sure the mayor will expound on this. I don't want to steal thunder. I just want to say, mayor, trustees, and then the entire administrative staff, department heads, thank you all for all showing up. It was a total team effort, a very successful event, and I'm so proud to be Broadview Strong at this point. That concludes my report. Next is item 11, Madam President, Katrina Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. And just so you know, we are a team, so you're not stealing any thunder because we work so good together. So I appreciate all your labor and hard work on behalf of the village of Broadview. So thank you. I pray all is well with you and your family. On yesterday, we served about 600 residents with COVID-19 essentials. In the bags, we had face masks, hand sanitizer, and a refrigerator magnet with important information on how to protect yourself and others from the coronavirus. We take this very seriously in the village of Broadview, and we want to make sure that your health and well-being is being taken care of, and whatever we can do to provide, we're going to do that in your best interest. I would like to thank Dr. Willie Wilson for donating the masks to our residents, Congressman Danny Davis, and the Board of Trustees for assisting with the handouts, and Richard Boykin and all of our department heads and their staff for participating on their own personal time to do a day of service. It takes a lot behind the scenes to make big events like this take place, and I appreciate Trustee Miller and Trustee Senior for doing a lot of the behind the scene background work that a lot of you all didn't know about, like emailing and making phone calls, and really just assisting me in making sure we had an event that we could pull off to support the COVID-19 cause and efforts in the village of Broadview. So thank you, Trustee Miller and Trustee Senior, for your consistent efforts with these type of initiatives. I would like to take a moment to talk about serving. When we serve without expectations, that's when the abundance of overflow takes place. Yesterday, we served our community without the expectation of self-serving. I will always lead the village of Broadview with a servant heart, integrity, and keeping our community first. That is what makes Broadview strong. When we make it about our residents, our stakeholders, and our neighboring communities, it's a selfless act of duty. And I'm just grateful that we have selected officials that participate in these types of initiatives when it's not about them, but it's really about serving our community, our neighbors, and our business stakeholders. So I appreciate you all for showing up yesterday. It really meant a lot to the village of Broadview to see our elected officials out handing out bags and other items to the community. And that's something we haven't done as a group together since we got elected in 2017. So thank you for that. Please remember to support our local small business as they have always supported our community and they're given to our Little League baseball teams and youth sports, the school fundraisers and the village community outreach for families in need, senior activities, and youth opportunities. So this is a time for us to show and give back to our local businesses because they may not be in a need to support these initiatives that they have done in the past due to the loss of revenue because of COVID-19, but if we could support our local businesses on Roosevelt Road and in the shopping center, that would mean a lot to those businesses during this time of need. So good night, stay safe, God bless you, and the next board meeting will probably take place in Village Hall, so be on the lookout for that information. If you have email or information for robocalls, how you would like to receive robocalls, please call the Village Hall so that we can update our information. We want to make sure that we are communicating effectively and that you have all the information and resources. And just so you know, when we do our communication, we have several outlets. We have our village website that's currently updated, our village Facebook, Village Hall, our village newsletter, email blast. So, but we need the information from you so that we can communicate with you effectively. So with that being said, I just want to say thank you all for attending tonight's board meeting electronically. Good night and God bless you.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Okay, I heard trustee Tierney make the motion, trustee Senior seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Yes.
Aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Hearing no opposition, we are hereby adjourned at 8:07 p.m. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.